What's up, everyone? My name is Jay.
And I'm Dan.
And this is our arsenal. We have quite a few Nerf guns. I don't know if you could tell, but this is basically everything that we brought to school with us, and this is some of the stuff that we use for Nerf clubs. So we're going to quickly just kind of go through. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod, and we're going to go through and just kind of talk about our favorite blasters and what everything is. So, yeah.
If you notice, we don't have a lot of space.
Yeah, there's really no floor room with all our Nerf guns kind of out. So yeah. Okay, to start off, we've got some of the smaller blasters. I have a Scout, a Triad, 2 Night Finders, one of which is stock, another Night Finder that is couplered, 2 Hammer Shots, a Strong Arm, a Spectre, and that'll move into the bigger stuff for me, but I'll save that for a few minutes. But basically, I've been running with the 2 Strong Arms, the 2 Hammer Shots as my sidearm because they're just so fantastic. I love them. I've also kind of used this one right here special because it's from the mod exchange that I did with KBK Mods. So I've been using that, and that's a lot of fun to use. So yeah, also the Scout is a lot of fun to use. It's for something so small, it's really quite impressive. So moving on to some of Dan's smaller blasters.
Right here I have another Triad, my Night Mav that Jay did, the Schwagwar, otherwise known as the Jaguar.
I don't think I did a video on this one, but it actually has some impressive modding capability. I believe we put a Firefly spring in it, and it definitely, with some work, it definitely shoots darts pretty far.
The absolutely terrible
Barricade?
Barricade.
Yeah, the Barricade.
Thank you.
Yep, got you back.
The Rebel Hammer Shot, which is actually very good. It's almost better than the regular Hammer Shots, slightly slimmer.
It's a different shell with very similar internals. It's basically the female version of the Hammer Shot, and they both work very well.
But and everybody knows that real men wear pink.
Yes, that's very true. So the interesting thing about the Rebel is that it comes with a holster and safety glasses. So that's pretty cool. That holster. The only problem with the holster is that it's not reversible. It's only meant for right-handed people, which is kind of depressing. Alright, moving on to some of the more mid-sized stuff. Back on my side, we have the Splavin and the Retaliator that I painted. I don't think I ever really named that Retaliator, but that's okay. The Tiger Shark, which is my elite Alpha Trooper, and the Survivor, which is my regular Alpha Trooper with the Massacre Kit from Orange Modworks. Also here, I have a ammo bag that holds 5 18 dart clips, a Triad, and some loose darts. And it's really cool. It's by Blackhorn Bags, I believe it is. I'll put a link to it in the description. They make really cheap stuff that's actually really good. And I'm really impressed with it. It's really cool. Moving on to some of Dan's more mid-sized stuff.
If you look right here, I have my 2 elite Stripes. Having trouble with words. If you notice, this one has the upgraded motors, which are the
RM2 Solar Botics.
And the other side has the 2 RC helicopter motors, as you can see with the open shell. I also have, coming down here, my Minimize Stampede. This was our first attempt at minimizing a blaster. It's very roughly done because we learned a lot from this.
Yeah, we kind of derped around with it, so it took a little while.
It's interesting, the way that we had securing the battery pack didn't quite work, so if you notice, I have a second Stampede that we are going to most likely be minimizing at some point.
There have also been talk about doing a quadrupede. We're not going to confirm or deny that yet. That'll be for a later date. But anyways.
Continuing on with mid-sized blasters, I have my Sonic Series barrel brake to match Jay's.
Yes, and I also have a rough cut, so it's like the elite kind of revamp of that.
I have a full metal internal 5 kilogram spring Recon
from Orange Modworks. The kit is very interesting. It's nice, heavy, but it does suction load a lot, which is one of the downsides to it.
And a stock Alpha Trooper.
I believe I took the air restrictor out of that one,
right?
The
air restrictor.
Yes. All right. Okay, kind of moving on to some of the bigger stuff now. I have 4 long shots. Can never have too many long shots. So, kind of moving in close here. First we have the Genesis, which was the first gun I ever painted. It has a Maverick integration, and it has the Remedy Metal sealed breech kit in it, but not the full kit. It was actually a kit that I won from a reviewer's competition, so that was pretty neat.
And this was the original brass breech that you did.
Yeah, so this originally housed my first brass breech, which worked fairly well. It had some kinks that I had to iron out, but I will hopefully be doing another brass breech soon. Moving on to the Immortal, which is my next long shot that I did and painted. It also has a Maverick integration, and the Orange Modworks Immortal kit, which is full polycarbonate internals, a stronger bolt sled, and an 8 kg spring, and that thing works like a charm. I love it. Up here further, we have my long shot that I did a PVC pump grip for, which is kind of sketchy. I had to derp around a bit with the design because there were some parts that were not available at my Home Depot. And then I just have a stock long shot, which I might do a front gun integration or something else. I'm honestly not really sure. Whatever kind of sparks my fancy. Now moving on to Dan's long shot.
Right here we have my long shot is similar to Jay's long shots. It has a 10 kg spring inside of it. The bolt sled has been reinforced with epoxy. It has a Maverick integration, and we did a very nice tiger stripe paint job on it. Moving on to the Stampede. This is a Stampede with a upgraded 6 kg spring from Orange Modworks, as well as a voltage mod on the actual battery pack, so it can hold more voltage. We also have the Nitron here, where I also purchased a 40-round drum mag, and we're going to be doing a massive voltage mod on it to make it just like Bobololo's.
Basically, if you guys have seen Bobololo's video, he put some insane amount of voltage through it, and just the rate of fire was completely mind-blowing. So we really wanted to recreate that, and basically the higher-ups in our Nerf club said that we could pull out all the stops and basically do whatever we want because it's a disc gun, and nobody uses disc guns, and even if it gets shot at, like, 200 rounds a minute, like, it's not going to hurt anyone. So, yeah. Moving on, finally, I think...
I got more stuff,
oh, we got more? Just kidding.
I have, the Milkmaid 20,000, otherwise known as the Dual Shot. If you remember, one of Jay's past Nerf videos.
Milk it. Milk the blaster.
I also have my upgraded Hailfire. This also has the Solo Robotics.
That has the RM2 Solar Robotics in it.
And it's very low on battery, so it's not going to sound impressive.
But yeah.
I have a Z-Curve bow,
Which is scary and awesome.
which is ridiculously terrifying, and I am absolutely terrible with. Moving on, I also have the Blazing Bow, which we modified to shoot elite darts as well.
Basically, you can fit, if you Dremel out the air restrictor, you can basically just fit a piece of half-inch CPVC right into the barrel. So not only will you be able to shoot the arrows that it comes with, but you'll also be able to shoot elite darts. So, yeah, I didn't actually do a video on this, but it's real easy to mod, and it's actually pretty impressive how powerful it is. So, yeah.
I also have a Nerf Deploy, which is the best blaster in the world.
It definitely, it outshoots, it outguns, it
shoots 1,000 feet.
performs drastically better than any other Nerf gun that has ever been produced, ever, by Nerf or by anyone who just kind of made their own. Like, you could put, like, 7 K-26s in it and just massacre everyone.
Realistically, it does none of these things.
Yeah, hopefully you guys can tell we're being sarcastic here because the deploy sucks. It's a neat concept, but
it is a pain in the butt to take apart. I also have a long shot in pieces. If you notice in the corner,
yeah, that right there.
We recently broke a bolt sled or two, so now.
Yeah, this is our second bolt sled that's broken. My camera is not focusing, but oh whatever.
But that's all right. You don't need to see that.
Yeah. So basically, melees are real simple for me. I have Vendetta swords, which detach into two halves. I have a homemade daggery thing that's a dagger. And I have a holster from, let me see if I can get over to it. I have a holster from ThinkGeek.com, which is fantastic, and I have it attached to a homemade holster that Dan actually made for me out of cardboard and duct tape. And those things house my hammer shots.
And sometimes your retaliator.
And sometimes my retaliator. The holster that was made for me by Dan was intended for my retaliator, but it also works very well with the hammer shots. So, yeah.
Moving on to my side of the melees, I have the Nerf Warlock Axe, which is pretty nice. It's good to block darts with, and fun to beat people with. I have a homemade amp guard sword that I just recently made. It also doubles as a blowgun, which shoots screamer darts quite well.
That is a half-inch PVC core, not CPVC, PVC.
I also have a amp guard made dagger, which is the same type of PVC. This is actually made with camp pad and pipe insulator that I picked up from Home Depot. I had some spare stuff.
And wrapped in duct tape.
And I made this because I had excess parts with my shield. This shield is made out of a plastic sled with
a saucer sled.
A saucer sled with camp pad, 2 layers of camp pad duct taped onto the front, 2 layers of pipe insulator around the edges, all duct taped in, and it's mostly to amp guard standards.
Yeah, it's a little bit. It's not quite, but it's pretty close. And for what we do at Nerf, it works very well.
Just enough to be safe. I also have 3, count them, 3 tomahawks to be thrown with. I reinforce them with duct tape so that they fly better and fly a little farther.
Plus, they're easier to identify as your own because other people use tomahawks as well. So,
I have 3 Trongisks. I only can find 2 at the moment. These are just Aerobee frisbees, correct?
Yeah, they're Aerobee. Yeah,
Aerobee
the core is
frisbees
Aerobee.
With camp pad on both sides of it, duct taped in, and then I did a little styling up with some green one also to identify that they are mine, and my favorite color is green. I believe that is all.
Yeah, so yeah, that's our school arsenal, guys. So guys, this is our arsenal. This is what we use at Nerf Club. We also have some guns at home. Like, I know I have a Titan at home that I have singled. However, it still shoots the rocket. I might actually just take the tank out because no one's buying it, and I've sold it. I've tried selling it a bunch of times. I haven't actually sold it yet, which is why I still have it. But I have a Titan at home, and I believe like 4 Mavericks that I picked up at a Goodwill for like $7. Like, Mavericks are everywhere, guys, and I love Mavericks. I haven't modded a Maverick in a while, and as soon as I did, I was like, oh my god, I miss Maverick so much.
I'm also missing one of my night finders. It's somewhere in the room right now. If you noticed, our room is pretty messy.
Yeah, it's where it's college.
If you like what you see, please subscribe so Jay can keep making tons of videos.
Remember, guys, mod at your own risk. Modding can potentially damage the internals of the gun, so do so with that in mind. Do your homework, do your research. Do not blame me if you break your blaster.
That's only my job. Stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah!